Hey everyone, Steve Adubato. This is Steve Adubato's Media Matters. And I want to introduce a new member of our team, Shannon Daly, who is a hey, when did you graduate from Montclair State University?
I graduated spring 2025, so just last May, actually.
Awesome. By the way, we also have so many members of our team who come out of MSU. I was a proud MSU grad. Oh God, I'm not even 1980. You weren't even, oh, never, I'm not going there. It's embarrassing. Uh, I was very involved in media back at Montclair State, which meant the Montclarian. I wrote a column for the Montclarian. You, in a much more sophisticated media time, and by the way, Shanna is our communication and media director. She's also a new producer at the Caucus Educational Corporation, our not-for-profit media organization, who will also be involved in social media, communication, marketing there as well. You, when at MSU, you were involved in a different kind of media that recently was recognized for an Emmy Award for college students, which is a lot more impressive than writing a column for the Montclarian.
I don't know about that, but yeah, just won a college Emmy for my work with On the Road, which is a recurring class at Montclair State. It started with, I think, On the Road in New Orleans, taking over, talking about the hurricane, the flood that happened there. And ever since then, every year we've been going to new locations. Last year we went to Arizona, also won an Emmy there. I wasn't there, but my classmates inspired me to join this on the road team, and we went to San Francisco and we got an award, which is pretty cool.
It's better than cool. It's awesome. I tell you, and by the way, Shannon didn't even know that we were going to do this podcast. But here's the deal. The Adubato Center for Media Leadership, which is going to have a very strong affiliation with Montclair State University, they have an extraordinary College of Communication and Media there. Our friend and colleague, Dr. Keith Strudler, who is a great media leader in his own right. Check out our website for our sister series, steveautobato.org. It'll come up right now. Check out interviews we've done with Dean Keith Strudler. This Center for Media Leadership was created to promote media leadership. One of the things we're going to do is provide scholarships to students, like students at MSU and other universities who are going into media. So here's the reason, one of the biggest reasons I wanted to have you on, not just to introduce you as a new team member. You're a media leader. You're a young, talented person who could have gone into business. You could have gone into a million other fields. You chose media and journalism because
Well, I actually was a film major when I joined Montclair. I had no idea that it was something that I would enjoy this much. I think the difference of film and working in news and journalism is you're working directly with the people. And I think working directly with the people gives you a different sense of accomplishment and a sense that you're really helping in your community. And I really loved that. I loved that it's ever changing and it never ends. And there's always work to be done. And just working with people, with organizations, learning something new every day. That's what I really fell in love with.
you've been doing a lot of producing for our series State of Affairs, Think Tank One-on-One, working with Chloe Swift, who graduated from MSU just a couple years earlier than you. She's a terrific um, producer, a senior producer, an excellent producer, a leader on our media team. And you work with her and you work with our other, ironically, Jackie Chicarico and Jackie High are also MSU grads. They were my students when I was teaching there a few years back. I believe it was 15, more than that, 15 years ago. Why do I say all that? You've been doing a lot of pre-interviews with guests who I wind up interviewing. Jackie Chicarico also on the air as well, interviews some of these folks as well. What is the thing you like most about doing these pre-interviews, which is literally an interview before the interview? What do you appreciate most about that?
I think when you look someone up on a website, you don't really get the sense of who they are as a person. And getting these pre-interviews, you really get a sense that this isn't just someone behind an organization. This is a person with a mission. This is a person with a love for what they do. And I think really getting to the source behind that and getting to know the person behind it is what makes these organizations so wonderful. And I literally just got off maybe 5 minutes ago of an interview with someone who's so remarkable and I think just really inspires me to do better just by learning about these people who have these amazing ideas that I would have never thought about. But it's people are doing amazing things every day and you don't know about it.
You know, Shannon, you have such a positive and incredibly mature approach to not just the way you communicate, but your approach to being a professional. But you see over my left shoulder up top a book called The Enemy of the People. It's written by Jim Acosta. That quote, "The enemy of the people," comes from the president. He's not the only one who believes that we in the mainstream media are enemies of the people. We are the enemy. Do you see yourself that way?
I don't see myself as an enemy. I see myself, journalists are people. In the same way that people and the normal person wants to find out more about their community and learn the truth, so do journalists. I mean, we're all part of one community, and I think separating the people who want to find out the truth into this enemy is completely wrong because we're trying to find out the truth just as much as other people are.
Last question on this. You're entering as a media professional with our organization, closely affiliated with PBS. Again, we're not PBS, but we're partners with PBS. At a time when the economics of media, I mean, newspapers, I'm one of the few people still read the New York Times, New York Post, Wall Street Journal. Newspapers are dying. They've been dying for 20 plus years. Media organizations laying off left and right, CNN, CBS, everywhere, right? Including social media sites, is
Mhm.
laying people off. Why, with all the uncertainty, all the financial, you're smiling, all the financial precarious nature, the precarious nature of the finances. Again, we're solidly financed, but there's no guarantees. To what degree, with all those challenges, why is media and journalism still a choice for you?
Because we need it. And as much as they say it's going away, traditionally, in a different form, it's actually getting increasingly popular. And being able to separate the
What
truth,
is? What is?
I
Because I
think
said to you, come on, some of in a lot of your contemporaries, they're going on TikTok. What do you need to check out the PBS social media website for? What do you need to watch actually a television in your house? What are you, crazy? A newspaper? They were with the dinosaurs, weren't they? Meaning, so if someone says, hey, TikTok, and plus my algorithm tells me what I want anyway.
exactly. And
Oh, what's the problem? What's the problem with that?
I think that's exactly it. People are only getting the information and getting from the sources that they want to hear from. People who are conservative only want to hear from Fox News. People who are liberal only want to hear from MSNBC. And I think having sources like public media who are trying to gather,
Independent public media.
yeah, who are trying to gather bipartisan information is where people should look. They shouldn't be looking exactly where, their feed is telling them because their feed is only going to tell them first what their advertisers want them to see, and second, what, their friends and the people that they follow want them to see. And I think the only way we can get to the truth is by trusting sources that's their mission is getting to the truth.
I often say on our programming, whether it's Think Tank, State of Affairs, One-on-One, or a terrific series that Jackie Tricarico, my colleague and MSU alum, esteemed alum, remember them, is our series that she helped create. I always say we don't have a horse in the race. What's that mean to you? We don't have a horse in the race. We haven't picked a side.
I I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't think
No, I know, but
politics.
we don't have a, oh, come on, Steve. You used to be a legislator when you were a Democrat. So you're a Democrat. So the way you approach things is as a former Democratic state legislator in my 20s. I was a kid when I was there. So of course you have a bias, and your bias is you're leaning to the left. And I'm sitting there going, have you watched our stuff?
Hmm.
We have all kinds of people on with different points of view. Treat them all with respect. Ask tough challenges of the governor, regardless of whether it's Chris Christie, a Republican, or Mikey Sherrill, a Democrat.
Hmm.
Same thing.
Yeah.
You believe that that's the right approach to not have a horse in the race.
I think people just want to be listened to. And people who are only featuring people from one side, it's obvious that the other
Yeah,
side.
only the people I agree with I'm going to have on.
Exactly. People who, they don't want to be coming on a show knowing that they're going to be targeted and knowing that all they're going to be doing is debating back and forth and back and forth. People just want to be heard and people want to be understanding. And I think having a place where they can trust that it's not just going to be targeted questions the whole time and it's going to instead be insightful discussion is really important.
Or softballs when I have my ideological friends on and I just want to make them look good.
I guess
Uh,
that's true.
yeah, both ways. Hey, Shannon Daly, who's handling all our website, you look at it right now, AdubatoMediaLeadership.org. She's putting that together with my 26-year colleague who went to Kane, another university, Mary Gamba. She runs our production company. She's the best media leader around. Um, Shannon Daly, who's now a producer and handling social media and marketing on our other side, the Caucus Educational Corporation. Shannon, you are the reason why there's reason to be hopeful and optimistic. Because if our Media Leadership Center is to promote media leaders who go into the profession to make a difference when some of us are long gone and playing golf full time and just goofing off or not even on this earth, there'll be people like you. How old are you?
I'm 23.
Shannon is the reason for us to be hopeful because people like Shannon are curious, they care, they want to make a difference, they care about the community, and they're going into journalism at an incredibly difficult time. Hey, welcome to the team, Shannon. Well done.
Thank you so much.
You got it. I'm Steve Adubato. This is the Media Matters podcast. We'll check us out next time, okay?